like a Devin or David.
David is his name. It's been so spot on.
And I don't know if you put it in the side of your end table or not. You like to summon your end table with each of this too.
My God, you're crazy.
Yeah, he's saying hi, baby girl. He's saying hi, baby girl. And is there significance with like image of a rose at all?
He would
Does that
always
make sense?
give me a rose.
Okay, so he's like doing one now. He's saying to work with some sort of like vibrational machine. Somehow a way to work with like machinery and vibration.
I work with horses, and there's actually some magnawave therapy that's vibrational.
Tell me something that he told you that came true.
Everything he's predicted has come true.
I just don't see it.
So he doesn't have cancer?
It's very possible.
Allow yourself to hear yourself. Allow yourself to feel yourself. Allow yourself to talk to yourself. Allow yourself to respond to yourself. That's looking within.
You might encounter negative aspects of self, but that's a freeing experience.
Because then they start realizing that they can't think outside the box. And I say, if you can't think outside the box, then who's the stupid one here?
There's a reason why we're on this timeline. There's a reason why we've chosen to be in this awakening. I say we're going through a spiritual awakening.
So I don't just come on here and talk bull and repeat. I'm living this stuff.
In harmony with nature, in a mystical adventure, we're building on the culture.
And a new culture it is. Welcome everybody to Thursday Night Live. Instead of Saturday Night Live, it's Thursday Night Live in the Cruisyverse. Welcome. Who's in the room? Who's all chatting there? Daryl, good to see you. Katie D, welcome. Tammy, welcome. Allie, good to see you. Pelican Vortex, hello, good to see you. Sydney Aaron, hello. Suki Suze, I like the name. Hello, welcome. Rashida, good to see you today. Ali Bubba, welcome. Christopher Techie, welcome. Chelsea M, welcome. Nina, the wonderful mod, is in the room. Give a hands up to the mod. Nina, she will be guiding you all this evening. Jennifer Cruz, interesting. Love the last name and love the new name. Welcome, Lisa. Welcome. Marisa, welcome aboard. Michelle Ball, welcome. Kristen Ritter, welcome. And Emberg, welcome. And those of you who are also watching and not engaging, welcome aboard. To those of you who are new, we do live readings here. We do discussions. We do... Ooh, didn't want to ban that person by accident here. Deanna, welcome. We do live readings. I do a collective read first, and then we get into a discussion. Today's topic is AI. Interesting. We'll get into that. And then we'll do some live readings. And so let me get this overlay here. Bam. So if you want to get your questions in now, $15 for a card pull, $20 for one question, $30 for two questions. The PayPal and Venmo links are in the description. So when you send payment for your question, put the question in the comment section of the Venmo or PayPal, and I will go in order. Okay? So let's see here. Let's get some musica. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. Let's get along with the collective read. Kristen, welcome. Soul Sister, all right, awesome. So I'm going to shuffle the cards for the collective read. Now, when I say collective read, I'm talking about those who are in the room and whoever stumbles upon the video. Of course, we attract information at the right place and the right time, and sometimes it may not be on the live time, but it's in the right timing. So, and again, I'm a psychic medium. I am not a tarot reader, although I use tarot for guidance to guide the collective in situations like this, and it's just flashier, right? But the cards, again, just more kind of a guide point for us, but I already know where it's going to go usually. But let's shuffle these cards. And also, even with, I'm just going to hop on into it today, guys. I'm not going to really kind of take too much time. We're just going to hop in and do a wham bam. I feel like we're going to have a lot of questions today, so we're going to get things going quickly. Even with the collective reading and with the discussion, the topic as we get into the topic, please feel free to engage in the chat and also ask any questions related to the collective topic as well as the discussion as well, because that we could be very free and start questions in that regard. But personal questions, we'll leave that for the readings. Let's shuffle. And let's hope this music isn't too loud either, because sometimes I put music on, I can't hear it, but you guys might be blown away by it. Hopefully you guys are maybe getting over the heaviness. We've had a big heaviness the past couple weeks. As I've been saying in the last collective reads, a lot has been feeling like we're kind of swimming or walking underwater. So that's kind of, you know, a lot has been feeling that. I've been tired, I've been achy, you know, kind of thing. So, and Christopher, feel free to chime in the chat. Let us know what planet is where that was causing such heaviness. And that would be very helpful so we can understand. And boy, you know what? This is interesting because this card actually just came from my other deck into my new deck. So this card must need to be part of our read, clearly. Okie dokie. Change is a-coming. Okay. Let's do some oracle cards here before we get into it. And let's see here. Okay. All right. Now, this is kind of a continuation from the last. And as the cards are dropping, this is kind of a similar continuation from the last read. As we all know, those who have been with me for quite some time, this is the 35th episode, there's been somewhat of a story that's been kind of unfolding with the collective read. So we're all kind of like going together. And I always say change doesn't happen overnight, so sometimes things will be somewhat repetitive as we're evolving and as we're going through certain lessons and changes. So, but I always see continuation. Even if it's similar, it's always a continuation. Okay. Wow, the unexpected comes up a lot lately. All right. A lot of you guys have been focusing on the wrong things. And when I say the wrong things, I'm talking about, you know, you guys have been focusing on things that have been going wrong instead of, you know, why things are actually shaping you, molding you during this time. Because, you know, we have big goals and big plans. And a lot of times we get the vision, we get the downloads, we get the imagery of what that future looks like. And we think it all has to happen now. But a lot of times what we do not realize is the image of the future is actually a prediction. You're getting all the information at once. Now we have to be keen enough to understand that we are actually being intuitive. We're being psychic. We get this imagery, we get the downloads, we see everything we're supposed to be doing, but there's actually a process and a timeline to these things. So what's happening is when you like a lot of you guys who are very insightful and intuitive and can get those downloads of the future and can see how things are unfolding, the issue is you think it all has to happen now, and because it's not happening now, you think you're doing something wrong or something is going wrong. And what I want to say to you is there's a process. And although you might be getting insight and getting the information and the specifics about what your future looks like and what the endeavor, you know, may look like and how it may, you know, may possibly unfold, you still have to do the inner work to be able to get there as well. And a lot of times when we're getting the insight of what the future should be and the ideas and the manifestations of the future, you know, we're getting it at a time where we actually are making great change. But we're not done with that change yet, because here we are with the 4 cups here. Sorry, guys. And that was in the old deck, which is, you know, again, looking on things that are going wrong, not seeing the bigger picture. And the Tower card next to that is representing there is massive change. But for me, it's saying you're going through massive change. This is why you're getting downloads and ideas of the future. But there is a process to such, and there's a timeline to such, and there's a divine order the way things need to unfold. And that's what we need to be in tune with. And so we get in tune to that by kind of extracting, almost decompressing those downloads that we get from spirit. And a lot of times, again, I say when we're getting information from spirit, it's like a zip file. We get this energetic download, and sometimes it has an imagery, but we have to unzip it and unpack that data to understand what's the big picture, what's the story. And so what they want you guys to know is, you know, understand you have an image of the future, but understand there's a process to it. What is the process? And where are you at in the midst of that? Now, those of you in the room, those of you who are watching, you're already going through some massive change already. You're already making some sort of, you know, breaking down of older, you know, beliefs, older rhythms, older patterns. You're already doing that. And so the fact that you're getting more insight in the future is a great thing. But understand there's a process to it. Once more, it's not like a broken record, but I have to keep throwing that at you guys so it resonates and so it sticks in. And so you have to complete the change. And you have to understand, a lot of times changing isn't so much as efforting it to get there, it's taking a chill pill. You know, with the Four of Swords, taking a freaking chill pill, which means that you have to relax, you have to rest, you have to allow yourself to decompress, you have to allow yourself, and I'm going to say it again, it's in the intro, you got to spend time so you can clear the brain, clear the mind, so you're not over encompassed with so much going around you and saturating your life with so much to do's. You have to clear that out to allow yourself to hear what you're actually feeling. And I know it sounds weird, hear what I'm feeling, huh? Yes, because what you are feeling actually has a voice. What you're feeling actually can be speaking to you about what you need to be doing now, or how to even maneuver around your current circumstances, or give you clear insight into what is going amok if you're not aware of that, or what needs your attention. And the only way to do that is to take a step back. Now, the past few weeks have been very heavy, and within the collective, and I say the collective and staying within the world, a lot of people experiencing a lot of heavy energy, because we're supposed to take a step back and say, okay, where am I going now? What am I doing now? What part of myself needs attention? What part of myself needs nurturing? As I said in the last live, we have a nurturing deficit in our collective. Right? And everyone's too much fighting and doing and going. No one's like really nurturing their process. No one's nurturing themselves. And that causes a lot of delays, actually. So during this time of relaxing, and during this time of resting, during this time of, just allowing yourself to hear the guidance, that's you're going to be assessing a lot of the deep information within on the soul level. You'll start assessing even the non-physical data in sense of you have the image of the future. You'll start seeing and understanding the data that is connected to how to get there. It would be clearer to you. So you'll be assessing all that information. You'll see it. You'll be more keen on that. You'll be more psychic about it. That's then when you start attracting it. Because once it makes sense to you and you understand that we all have a destined path, and yes, we have the free will to alter aspects of that, but even our free will has been utilized to create the destiny prior to incarnating. So it's all free will, but you've created a destined path for yourself. You want to be in tune and in sync with that, so then you understand the journey of it. I don't want to sound cliche, that's all about the journey. Right? But I always say is, if you don't like the journey, then you're not on the right path. You're focusing on the wrong things. And that's why you might be exhibiting not a lot of movement. Okay? It's through that resonance and the relaxation and the allowance of hearing the self and hearing source and hearing spirit is where you do find the peace. Now, it's saying that you'll find the peace, but I'm going to extrapolate that a little bit more. You find the peace in a sense of you have a knowing. Right? There's a peace in knowing. So when you're accessing the message from spirit, the message from the soul, there's a peace in knowing. Therefore, whatever there is a process to get to, or whatever the process is to get there, it'll be completely like a no-brainer. Like, well, duh. Yeah, I got to do this. Got to focus on that. I have to work on myself. I have to focus here. Because everything has a specific divine order. And expect the unexpected in that sense, right? A lot of times in my sessions, I tell my clients when they're dealing with situations that are just, repetitive, I say, well, expect the expected. Stop pretending like, things are going wrong, like you're shocked about it, like it's a no-brainer. Like, of course, expect the expected. It's gonna go that way. But in this case, you should be expecting the unexpected. You should be expecting different pulls, different, I would say, inspired action to be presented to you. But you can only do so when you're allowing yourself to be at peace, in a sense that you're allowing yourself to just hear things, hear things out. And this has been a repetitive message for a while. A lot of people are just not listening to themselves. A lot of themselves are not allowing the soul to speak. It's always talking. This is why we have, I would say, emotional dichotomy, where we want something, then we have the pain because we're not having it. And this is why we always feel like there's a tug of war, because we're not allowing the soul to be a dominant voice. And we don't, the soul is always going to try to push to be in the forefront. And if we don't allow it, it's going to create things in our lives to get us to wake up to it. And it knows. It'll bang your body around a bit. It'll throw a couple things here and there, or it will pull some strings financially to get you to wake up to things. So it's time to listen, what's going on within. And I think that's where, a lot of you guys might be just missing out on things a lot. A lot of my clients, a lot of people who do follow me are go-getters and doers. A lot of people that come to me always ask for career, look into career first, because I'm the same way. I'm a do-getter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a doer and very productive. But sometimes that can get the best of us. We have to learn when we need to stop. We need to learn when we need to kind of recalibrate. We need to learn how to, allow ourselves to, restructure and just even to re-inspire ourselves. And that comes by taking a pause and listening and hearing things out. Okay. So do I feel like we need to go more on the collective at all? No, I think it makes sense. I think it's pretty to the point and simple. The last couple times I had to pull more cards. I may pull just a few more just to see, and then we'll get to the topic of AI. I know I'm a do-getter. I should cut that out, but a go-getter, do-getter. But I think that and they're saying look at this, and just kind of like my guy just pulling that out, saying releasing from the darkness. Releasing the darkness. So what does that mean? Very cliche, simplistic, but releasing the darkness means that you actually are allowing yourself to emerge into a different way of thinking. You're allowing yourself to emerge into a different way of being, into a different way of seeing things. You're allowing yourself to do so to release the darkness. In order to release from the older paradigms, you have to think outside into a newer paradigm. And so thinking in the same paradigm is not going to get you out of it. Release the paradigm, release the patterns in the sense, and that's going to be your springboard forward. But again, we all have that internal guidance. We all have that soul speaking to us, and we have to allow ourselves to be encompassed with it. And I always say to align the mind with the soul. And that is the key to complete perception and perspective of the collective reality as well as the individual reality. And what is your actual destined path? And what does that look like? And that's how you will be more specific of knowing of that. And when you're aligned with that information, even if it hasn't manifested or isn't manifesting, you are at where you need to be in the timeline. You just know that you have that peace that will manifest when you're listening to yourself and tapping into the soul purpose, and how it relates to your current circumstances and the bigger picture. So again, think of the bigger picture. It's a story that's unfolding. Don't forget about that. Okay. All right, what's going on? Anyone have questions in relation to the collective reading? Now, we can post that in the comments here, and we can do that in relation to the topic, or excuse me, the collective read before I get into the topic. Taurus is in the house. Chicken first. I'm just seeing some of these comments. LV, hello, welcome. Anyone know how to play the live while having the chat go on, or is it just the live video right now? Can't do both at once. It depends, LV. Depends on your platform. If you're on laptop, yes, you can do both. If you're on the phone, you have to go to the comment section. I think it should be below. You can see stream or an iPad. If it's on the Apple TV or TV, it's just they don't have the chat on the TV, unfortunately. To answer that question. Okay. Let's get into the topic, because I want to get into the readings. And guys, get your readings in now. Sorry, you need that. Get your readings in now before we get into, when I finish the topic, we can actually get into readings. You can have your readings done first. Okay, AI. A lot of people are very fearful about the overtaking of AI. Now, we have to think in a different perspective. There are always two poles to everything, a positive and a negative pole to everything, a good and bad, powered and disempowered, however way you wish to define that. There's two poles to everything. So of course, everyone's been so hyper-focused on the negative poles of AI because a lot of people are just fearful of that, especially fearful of the fact that AI can do a lot of things that humans can't do at this point. And that's unfortunate for the humans that can't do those things. And a lot of people are fearful that AI is going to take over, the creative aspects and, dominate the planet and rule the planet. Well, AI is still being dictated and controlled by humans, but the way that the human species can actually evolve is if we can allow things like the mundane things to be taken care of for ourselves. So, for example, if AI can start taking care of the mundane, like cleaning the house, getting the food, taking care of all the mundane tasks that we spend so much time on, we have more time to focus on our creative expressions. And we have more time to focus on our spiritual expressions without being over encumbered by all this mundane shit. And so, yes, AI will definitely help with that. Now, there will be two parts I would say, of the world that would be kind of splitting. Those who are kind of function in a more 5D perspective, that, those of us who are spiritually inclined and spiritually aware and actually fulfilling a purpose and a destiny, being that creator in this reality, those of us will actually be utilizing technology for our benefit. There will be others that will be controlled by it. For sure. I mean, we're seeing that happening now. People are controlled by social media. A lot of people are controlled by social media and just culture alone, while others are utilizing to their benefit to get ahead and to create and to push, what they want to see change in our society and within our species as well. So the same thing's going to be with AI. So, and again, I think that these are things that can be utilized to our greatest ability, that we remain in control, and that those of us who are very much spiritually aware and spiritually inclined can utilize AI and control AI for our benefit. Others, again, will be controlled by that. So we have to understand there's going to be two poles to this AI experience that we should be very aware of. Now, I think another great thing, with AI is information. Of course, it will be. A lot of people are saying that we might be coming to a society where we're kind of centering out ideas, centering out thought, and all this thing, and kind of suppressing ideas. And although I think that will be true, I don't think it will be in the spiritual communities, actually. And that might be, what a lot of people are thinking they're going to try to block is the spiritual communities. I don't feel that. I think the spiritual communities will be thriving. I think the spiritual and the New Age communities will be actually heard the loudest at this time, because we're going to go through a very spiritual phase the next 5 years. And starting in 2024, with the Age of Aquarius, I think there's going to be a lot more of that humanitarianism going on in our society when it comes to the collective, as well as a spiritual awakening, which has already been happening, spiritual awakening, for the past 4 to 5 years. But a lot that's going to surface to the table, and a lot was going to be, I would say, the dichotomy in our culture and species, is the fact there's a heavy spiritual movement, as well as a very dense, I would say, technological movement. But when they both unite, it can be very powerful. But those who see that will benefit from it, but those who don't will actually be enslaved by it. And there's going to be a splitting in that sense. The actual splitting, happened in the fall of 2016. That's when really kind of the human conscious started to kind of divulge a little bit. And those who even been on the brink of a spiritual awakening, start to have that spiritual awakening. Those who were kind of not so sure about their spirituality, but were inclined to, started going that direction. And some still are. We're still going this way. And so AI is definitely going to help to speed that up. But if you think in the collective fashion, our species has to evolve at some point. Our species has to grow. We have to, we cannot continue the same paradigm we've been doing for quite some time. And so what is the next stage is to allow ourselves to see a 5D perspective, or to live into a 5D Earth, is to remove some of the density. And how do we remove some of that density? We remove that density by getting rid of the mundane. You see, when I wake up in the morning, I spend a lot more time showering, bathing, getting food, grocery shopping, cleaning, arranging things, facilitating things. If all that was automated, I can spend more time with my soul expression. Thanks to what? AI. Okay? But really, AI is a physical excuse of us emerging into 5D. That's just a physical manifestation that we are collectively merging into 5D. And so, and that's really what we need in order to be in a 5D Earth, is more AI, more artificial intelligence, which of course, again, is created by us. Now, a lot of the artificial intelligence is being, kind of manufactured and spawning from quantum computing, which quantum computing has been going around for such a long time. And so they're able to even now kind of render predictions based on how the probabilities exist for a specific endeavor, whatever they're trying to research. So quantum computing will actually be able at some point to tap into the quantum field, which could be very beneficial for a lot of us. Now, do I think it'll be psychic and intuitive like we are psychic, intuitive, and mediums? Maybe in 20 years or 30 years, but it would take some time to get to that point. But at least with quantum computing, they can allow ourselves to kind of really predict and render reality in a different way, and understanding how to make different choices. Because within quantum computing, they can understand certain choices, how it would render, so they can make different choices. So that's another way that quantum computing and AI can actually be very beneficial for those who are not very spiritual, or for those who are not following a spiritual path. and utilizing that powerful technology with spirituality and the insight that we can as spiritual and soul consciousness, it would be a wonderful progressive type of environment. So we should not fear AI. It's something to be looking forward to, because this way we can spend majority of our times allowing the majority of our day and time of our day evolving, and spiritually and on the soul level, and getting rid of the mundane. Okay, so no, AI is not going to take over. It's not going to be, again, Armageddon, because, we have to understand that in this reality, in planet Earth, we are bound by natural law. Natural law will allow anything to occur that's going to be in alignment to the evolution of the soul and human species. Anything that coincides with the evolution of the human species will either fall off or be shut down or burnt down. Mother Nature will take care of it. And so whatever is happening is necessary for evolution of the species. And so, of course, anytime something new manifests, everyone freaks out. Everyone fears it. It's something new. It's scary. And so that's something we should be embracing, but also understanding the different poles and which side of the pole, positive or negative, are you leaning on when it comes to AI? Okay. Christopher Techie, I'm going to ask ChatGPT if it read the Bible. Yes. That's true. And I asked ChatGPT something about the future, and it says, I'm sorry, I am not intuitive. I only have data up to 2022. So it's not intuitive. It's just, what's great about AI right now, it gathers already manifested information, and it could summarize, and boom. I would say it's just a faster, more quantum library, which what AI has been doing now. And so when it comes to even digital art, it's been kind of cool how you can render whatever you type it to render. That's kind of been very fascinating in that sense. So artists will have to think differently how they do their art now, and find a different way. So it is going to push human consciousness, out of its comfort zone. So if AI can start doing art in a sense, or even music in a sense, then we have to find different ways from the soul to elevate our expression of music and art. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. So, and we have to understand too, if we can get AI to do the things that we're doing now, then clearly we have not evolved. If a machine can do what we're doing now, we need to evolve. And that is the whole point of the AI, I would say, period, the AI, I would say, phase, chapter, whatever you want to call it, that we're unfolding into. I'm embracing it. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing. And I understand I'm going to be on the positive pole when it comes to the AI and quantum computing, and going to utilize it to my benefit, as we all should. Okay? Okay. That's the topic. And I'm going to get to questions now. I see a question. Carly Bell, are you doing specific personal questions? Yes, Carly, I am. Right here, Venmo, PayPal's in the bio, in the description below, and I'll be going in order. Okay, let me see some of these comments and chats. I feel like I'm Speedy Gonzalez today. I don't know why. Deadly thing to know. Yes, exactly. I don't know if you guys are talking to me or talking to each other, but I'm just going to go on. Okay. Corey Kelly. Hello from Mojave Desert. What's up? I'm in Palm Springs in Coachella Valley. Welcome. Okay, let's get to the questions now. Let me just change this here. Now we know where we're at. We're doing the live readings now. Okay, let's see who's got it in. Give me a moment here. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Just logging in, and you think these things would be a lot quicker. But it's like load. All right. First up. Swing, swing. Daryl Blankenship. All right, this is for Daryl. Daryl, one question. I put it in the chat after you say go. Oh. Daryl Blankenship, go. Put the question in. Rita, my mom passed away November 10th. We need to wait 40 days for a reading, correct? Typically, 40 days for reading. Typically, if you get a sign from your mom, Rita, at some point and you connect with her, then and she pushes you to get a reading, get one. Because typically it's 40 days. Sometimes, they reemerge and their spirit is on board, they're connected still, and they have a good life review. So I would definitely see if you get a sign from your mother. if it's ready for a reading, and then you can book it if it's before the 40 days. But generally, I say 40 days so it can actually, allot for their life review. All right. Okay. Okay, dear, my brother-in-law is in the hospital with blood clots. Is there any things you can say to him to get better? He is in ICU. Let me see. Yeah, do you have like 2 or 3 blood clots or something, Daryl? It's like, I see a 2 and a 3, so it's like, I see 2 clots and then like a third or something. Yeah, I feel like a medication is causing that, actually, Daryl. So he needs to look at any type of medication that he has that could be potentially causing the blood clotting. And this is common, but I feel like he needs to do this. He would need to revamp his diet right now, and really look at any type of medication. I feel like a medication is creating this, in conjunction to not so great of a diet. I don't know if he's consuming too much wheat or beer prior. You know what I'm saying? So it could be wheat consumption or beer. So sometimes it comes similarly as when it's become like too much of something. So I know you said multiple, but I said like 2 or 3 primarily. Like, I saw 2 like little ones and like a 1 larger one is what I'm seeing. And I think that he definitely they're saying he needs citrus for some reason. I don't know what that doesn't make sense. He needs some citrus. So let me go a little deeper as far as what he needs. But the wheat consumption for some reason needs to go down. I see high wheat consumption either through beer or food. And he just might be someone that creates inflammation in the body. And the inflammation in the body is what actually causes the blood clotting. But I feel it's that in conjunction to a medication. So he needs to kind of look into this. He also has a bacterial infection. I'm seeing a lot of mucus and pus. So he definitely has a bacterial infection. He needs to have more probiotics in his diet, as well as he needs healthy acidic foods. Like I feel like the citrus as well, that he needs to be kind of taken care of. And as well, yeah, his zinc levels are low. He needs zinc, and he needs iodine. Zinc and iodine right now. Yeah, I mean, I know he's in ICU, but they don't always put someone in ICU because they're on the death's door. My mom was bitten by a snake and they put her in ICU, but she was not on death's door. It's just they need to monitor it. So for the sake of, and they're saying something else is also thinning his blood as well. Okay. So if it's no alcohol, Daryl, then it's a high wheat consumption. He needs to cut back on wheat. Okay. Sometimes when I get a high wheat intake, it could be beer too, right? So he just needs to cut down on the wheat consumption because it seems like it might be too much for him. Okay, so that's what I would tell your brother-in-law. He needs to revamp his diet. I said he's low on zinc, so he needs to take zinc. They're recommending fish oils and algae as well. He's got a lot he's got to revamp and find out what medication that can be causing this blood clotting. I saw 2 small ones and 1 larger one, and it's inflammation. And citrus right now. I mean, he needs to incorporate all this in. I just feel like he's nutrient deficient, and there's a bacterial infection that's also he's experiencing right now too. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right, Carly, I'm going in order to whoever sent the question, so just FYI. And I think you were like the 7th one. So yeah, so that was 6. You have 5 or 6 ahead of you. Chelsea Manica card pull. It's for Chelsea. Now, Daryl, a lot of what I'm saying is not going to make sense until they look at it. Okay? A lot I was saying before, especially about the thinning blood, won't make sense until they look at it. All right? Because if they knew about these things, he would not be where he's at in the position he's in. But this health scares have helped him to get in fact. But again, as simple as it is, I feel like a medication is creating these blood clots and the high wheat consumption. And I think the fact that people don't understand, if you're consuming too much wheat for your system, it reads like you're drinking beer. It's weird like that for me sometimes. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the question on board. This is for Chelsea. Yeah, you know, and just back to this, Daryl. I just feel like, you know, your brother-in-law is like unconscious to like health or unconscious to like well-being in a sense, you know. And I think that at this point, I think that this will help him be more conscious with health and not being so. I hate, pardon for lack of better terminology, but I have to say this way. This will prevent him from being so stupid with his health. Okay. Okay, Chelsea. Interesting. All right, Chelsea. They're saying you're torn between money or following your heart. Let me see, Chelsea. Thermal events can be caused by celiac disease, diet, sugar, alcohol. Yeah. I'm just reading. Sorry, guys, reading the comments. Yeah, but Chelsea, it's for you. They're saying you're torn between money and following your heart, which is causing pain. And Ace of Swords is like inaction, not making a decision. So, you know, the way I'm reading this is that you have to make a decision on is a choice for financial gain more important, or the choice to free yourself from emotional turmoil? Is that which is the better currency for you right now? And they're saying that, you know, you still are not making a decision on the two of these. I'm starting to see a repetitive thing here, Chelsea. This is not taking action. This is knowing what you need to do, but not doing it, and not summoning the power to do it. And this is all about finances. This is all about heart. So these two come together means that to me, it's saying you're conflicted between, you know, financial issues versus following your heart. Which is creating heartache for you. I think that, you know, you're still in the same situation that, you know, I think if every week that you're experiencing a situation and you're not seeing much change, it's because you're not making any decisions on this situation. And it doesn't mean you won't. It just means you're not changing anything with it. You're not really allowing yourself to really make a decision. I guess my question would be is what are you expecting to change, right? Without making the changes. I think you're thinking about a lot, you know, and I think that, you know, I think you're thinking about like planning a lot of things, but you're still like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And it's like, you know what you have to do. And I said this before about conditional relationships. Take advantage of them and stop questioning it. In these circumstances, I have to be blunt. If you're in a conditional relationship and it's based off finances, then own it and take advantage of it for a year or two, as long as you need to, and stop asking yourself what you need to do and just do it. And just do that. If you're just going to go, then just leave. You're still in between this energy, and it's like, you know what to do. I guess I'm not understanding the repetition at this point with it. You know, other than that, it's okay that you're stuck in fear. That's understandable, right? It's understandable that, you know, you're in this kind of deprivation mode in between, but you either accept that and utilize it and summon the strength to accept and utilize it, or just leave it. Staying in this in-between energy, it's not doing anything. And no matter what anyone tells you, if you don't make that change, nothing's going to be significant advice for you with this. That is a big thing. So, let me read this. Yes, and this is what I told Chelsea. I told you this. This is what I told you. I told you specifically that you need to, you know, embrace the conditional aspects, utilize to your benefit to get ahead of what you need to get ahead. In this case, completing nursing school and utilizing the conditional aspects that you created. You create this conditional relationship. You're not a victim to it. You created this. You accepted it. You've indulged with it. It is what it is. But now take advantage of what it's actually providing for you. So I'm glad your attorneys are saying what I've been saying for quite some time is accept it for what it is and give yourself a couple years to get yourself established. That's a smart thing to do. But you can't stay in this position. But do I do it for the money or do I just follow my heart? Well, maybe following your heart is doing it for the money right now. Maybe that's what your heart is telling you. Stay in the conditional situation to get what you need to get yourself footing to be out of it. And take your time on that, and nurture that process of this. It's not like you're trying to, now just find another relationship now. It's like, that would be so messy, right? To do that. It's like, take care of yourself and utilize and leverage the situation to allow yourself to find independence and create that independence to move forward. And your focus should be on school. So this is, I would say, every read has been very consistent, and I have been very, very consistent on that message. And so I'm glad that your attorneys are saying the same thing. As I told you 2 weeks ago, actually, there was going to be 2 attorneys coming in to help you with this, about the legalities. So there's the 2 attorneys that we predicted weeks ago, and they're concurring with the message I've been telling you. So that's great, actually. So just accept it. Say, I'm going to do this. I'm not hurting right now, and I'm actually can utilize this to complete med school. I'm going to put all my focus in engaging into that. I'm thankful that I have the ability to do so, I have the financial cushion to do so, and allow that to expand. And then, of course, when the relationship is time to leave the relationship, you have the stability and the footing to do so. Okay, so it's good. I mean, it's good. It's good advice. It's good that you have that outlet. It's great you have that outlet, actually. Some people don't have that outlet. Or some people just have to leave, because it might be an abusive relationship that's in dire need of escape. You don't have that. And so count your blessings on this. And because you created this, it will take you some time to get out of this. And because you've accepted and agreed to a conditional relationship, it's going to take you time to get out of that to create for yourself now. That's okay. But that's what is, right? That's what is. Okay. It feels good though to me, Chelsea. I think that the realization will start settling in. I know it's been a long time, but it's going to start eventually like clicking, like, okay, I get what I need to be doing. You know what I mean? Sydney Aaron is next in line. Sydney, what are we doing? Oh, sorry, I didn't see here. Okay, card pull for Sydney. Sydney Aaron, card pull. And sometimes, guys, when I get some questions and I have to be very direct or forceful, it's because you need that energy. You need the energy. You need someone to like lay it out, not a coddling energy. And so that's part of also being a read, is that we have to know when we need to push. We have to know also when we need to snap ourselves out of things, and just being like, that's okay, and yeah, well, you got this, and just focus on yourself. That's not going to help a situation where you need to push. And so, and that's also going to help spark the right perspective for you. So I'm giving that pushed energy so you can actually take advantage of the situation. All right. And also, I'm very convicted with my reads too as well, so. Let's maybe go with the Sydney. Let me see. Okay. Christopher. That needs to be highlighted. I just need to highlight our daddy. But Christopher, you're my brother, so you're my older brother. So what does that make you? You're my older brother in spirit. So what does that make you? Daddy squared? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Oh gosh. Okay. All right, Sydney. Look, you've been defeated, Sydney. You've been defeated. And you know it. And you're glad for that. And when I say you've been defeated, you know that the past paradigm, it feels like, you know, I think you're letting go of a lot of older relationship ideas. And when I say you've been defeated, this is a celebration, we say spiritually, that no more, I'm done. So I surrender. Put the stick of fork in me. So I think that when you're actually looking at the situation to where, you know, you're saying, what I've been doing in my past paradigm has it been working, and I surrender to that process, that you're now having a spiritual awakening. They're saying this is the whole point of now, because they're saying that, you know, it's, and this is general. This is going to be an emotional read, this one. Not so predictive or specific, because I love being specific. In this line of work, you got to be. But in this case, I have to know what to do on the spirit level. In this case, for you, Cindy, this is an emotional read for you. And they're saying it's really time now that you have been really focusing on yourself and letting the past be the past. But also celebrating the fact of, you know, you've been defeated from your past, but you get it. Like, well, good. I'm glad I was defeated, because that's the one thing that helped me to wake up. That's the one thing that brought me into the spiritual awakening, took me out of the density that I was in before, right? The devil in reverse is like, to me, is the opposite of density. And finding more of this, and turning the dense world upside down and find a spiritual current. And so they're saying that's what this period is about, that, it's like a phasing process too, emotionally for you, because you've surrendered to the past because of the defeat of whatever was not working. But at the same time, you feel a spiritual awakening, and there's all this rambunctious energy. It's like, what do I do with it? And it's like, all you have to do with it is put yourself first and make yourself the star of your world, right? And to me, the star card's always literal, but it's really all about, in this sense, self-love and self-appreciation, self-expression. And it isn't so much about a task, though, Sydney, because they're saying you're looking for a task to express it in. We're saying let it just be an expression, period. How you carry yourself, how you actually talk to people out and about. It's really understanding the actual flow, right, of this new paradigm before you start expressing it in other type of conditional things, like relationships and all that stuff, and career and all that stuff. You got to kind of experience the flow of this on your own without any type of disturbances or distractions. So it's as simple of just expressing it just naturally right now. And so they're saying you've been doing that, and you're finding that, and that's the point. So they're saying that you're leaving the past behind, and at the same time that you're actually becoming the, let's say, most important aspect of your life now, and you're understanding that better. Okay, so it's an emotional read. It's not so specific or predictive. Just like for Chelsea, it was like more of a push, like a motivational read, but like concurring the current circumstance. This is emotional read, where it's just kind of letting you know that, yes, please understand, we're confirming and validating that you are phasing between that older paradigms and older choices that you have made, that you've been defeated by, that's been the actual, I would say, push and the catalyst that's brought you to this awareness and change you have now. And that and the star card for me is also saying that you will find a lot more nurturing in your relationships. I think a lot of people are going to start really showing some nurturing energy towards you. You're going to start meeting a lot more caretaking energy in 2024. And they actually are saying to me it's really going to be more about friendships in 2024, and really connecting with like close bonds of friendships, of like-minded people, and people with similar missions in life too. So that's going to be kind of a main essence of 2024 is that. And really kind of finding a community of people is really kind of very important, and a highlight of 2024. And again, a lot of these people are going to celebrate you. A lot of these people are going to kind of be around you celebrating you, which you really haven't had before. You've been alone in that celebration of self. And they're saying not any longer. That's changing. That's going to change with those around you. And so not so much of you being a nurturing energy, that you're allowing yourself to be nurtured, and you're allowing yourself to be kind of the center of attention for a minute. Okay? So, and there's going to be people that you're going to meet a lot. I'm seeing that's going to be a phasing of 2024 is that community building and friendship development. So that should be very exciting. Okay, and it feels like a very spiritually inclined group. Okay. So again, not that you're gonna be, you'll always kind of be an independent energy, but the loner energy will kind of be a backseat. It'll be not so much a loner energy, but like always doing my own thing. I'm always marching to my own beat type of thing, and that will be kind of where it turns on its side. Okay, so that was an emotional read. Deanna Curley, card pull. Well, Deanna, you paid $20. That's for a question. What's the question? I can do card pull on a question, but you put $20. You give me more. But you put card pull, so I'll do a card pull. You're kind. You're kind. I just want to highlight I'm highlighting the complimentary to me, but I want to highlight how sweet you guys are, and how I want you to look at your energy. Right? See this energy you have there? See how you're thanking me? See how you're being appreciative? That's the energy you deserve in return. And a lot of times I want to highlight your appreciations, yes, to celebrate and to be appreciative of it coming to me, but also to highlight how wonderful of a spirit you are, and how wonderfully you are actually responding to people around you. And I want you to see you deserve the same in return. Okay. Yeah, Deanna's here. Just doing a card pull. Let me see who's coming to me too. Okay. King of Cups. And those who want a question answered, again, get them in now, because I'll be closing it down in about like 20 minutes. So if you want a question, get it in now, before I close it down. Okay. Deanna. There's someone going to be coming in your life. Give me a couple of seconds, because I'm not. The cards are saying something. I want to tune in without the cards though, and just kind of. Look. Yeah. Okay. Someone is going to be entering your life probably within the next couple months. I'm just going to say this, and it's going to be a romantic interest. It feels like a distraction energy, and I think that it might be a good distraction to pull you away from a situation that either needs to end or has ended. But this individual could potentially cause heartbreak if you latch onto it. I don't want you to latch onto this person, this that enters your life. It's gonna be a distraction. It's gonna be a very airy energy, but they're not gonna be committal. I don't want you to get wrapped up in it to think that you have to latch onto this relationship. I want you to enjoy it for the distraction that it is, because otherwise it'll just cause another heartbreak for you. Okay, and we don't want that. You want a distraction to pull you out of a past circumstance, or to release a past relationship circumstance that you know that needs to be released. Sometimes the universe will send distractions for us to get us to pull ourselves out of a circumstance that we need to be pulled out of emotionally. And especially if you left it conditionally and we're still carrying that energy in the current day, in the current space, then we'll need something to like show to us, oh, there's a better energy, there's a different energy that is encompassing. But the warning is, don't latch on to it. Don't latch onto it. Okay? Understand, yes, I can feel another energy with somebody else. Yes, I can feel this exciting energy with somebody else. But you need to see through the fact that they're maybe not trustworthy when it comes to longevity, and they're not so, I would say, committal. And they might be a very too airy of an energy. So I'd make sure that you understand this, but allow yourself to engage with it to where it's fun for you, because you need some fun like that. Yeah, it feels like this person is there. It will be there to push the other person out of the picture subconsciously. So, and you need you need a distraction. Well, there you go. It's coming. Okay, the distraction is coming. Yeah, but remember, it's just for that. And I think now that you know that, so we're telling you that beforehand to caution you, you'll take the benefit from it that it needs to be. You know, the purpose of that. Many people are like, oh, now I need to latch onto that, and then they get a heartbreak. But understand, if you did latch on this, it would cause another heartbreak because it has that potential because of how the connection would be. But if you understand, yeah, it's going to be hot and heavy. Yeah, it's going to feel thriving. Yeah, it's a distraction. It's not going anywhere. Then, bellissimo. Then you feel like I'm ready to let go of the other situation and move on from the other situation. So yes, your intuition is correct. You're going to get that distraction. Okay. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, but again, everything has two poles. It depends on how we utilize it. I think we're on let me go to Carly. Carly, man, you moved. Just pulling up my PayPal because I have to go to there too. Okay. Where is it? Okay, right here. Okay, Carly Bell. Carla Taco. I love it. Will my siblings and I make amends in 2024 and reunite? Carly, is there 3 of you guys? Is there 3? If you're in a room, if you hear Carly, can you, I need to just concur. I feel, is there 3 of you guys or 3 siblings? I see there's 3. Like a 2 and a 1 too. So I don't know if 2 are together or if it's a boy, girl, girl. Help me on this. Look, I feel like it'd be half and half, Carly. Okay? I think that it's going to be half and half. I think you'll have, there might be a sister energy that will reunite. I feel like there'd be trouble with 2. 2 brothers, 1 sister. Thank you. Makes perfect sense. Thank you. Because I'm saying a 2 and a 1. 2 brothers, 1 sister. The sister energy I was just saying to you, she will connect. The 2 brothers, for some reason, they feel distant to me. I feel like they have a little more complications. I feel like the sister bond will unite slowly, and it'll take some time. The other brothers, I feel like they're just not going to be on board, or they just feel distant in a sense, or don't have any type of interest on making amends in a sense, or they're just like, yeah, whatever, you know. So again, the sister energy comes about. Did it freeze, guys? Are we still there? Somebody just said it froze. I'll just make sure I don't continue on. Nina, is it frozen? I'm not. If it's frozen, I'm not gonna. If some of you, is it frozen, you guys? Okay, good. So I'll just continue. Okay, yeah, so maybe it's just frozen on the other person's end. So yeah, the sister, yes. The other 2, no, because I just saw 1 and a 2, and the 2 being distant, and the brothers, and then 1 sister, yes. It will take time, and it's not that the brothers don't want to make amends, Carly. It's almost like the brothers' energy is just like, whatever, don't care to engage, you know, like that. So yeah. I'm trying to see if I get any additional information, but no, I just see the sister energy connecting with you. Hope that helps. Sorry, guys, just pulling up the Venmo. We're live here, so it takes time to acclimate to my different things. Bear with me, so we can get on to the questions more. All right, Rashida. Card pull. Rashida, we had an interesting. Was it you, Rashida, your dad, right? Was it you last time? Because I believe Rashida's dad came through last time. And for those of you who were watching the last time, he kept saying something about the palm fronds. And Rashida's like, I don't know. It's like, he keeps showing me palms, these palms, and the palms in your room, and he's laughing about it. After the live, Rashida tells me, oh my God, I just remembered. She goes, my husband takes palms home from the church or something like that, and the cat brings it in her room and eats it, and they would laugh about it. So I'm like, well, hello. So was your dad, you know? So it's I thought it was awesome that she was able to at least connect that with her, because her dad kept telling me, showing me, like, he sees doing palms in your room and is laughing about it. And so those of you who are watching the last live and remember that, she came through after the session, she remembered it. And yeah, her husband gets palms from the church, and the cat likes to chew them up in her room, and they find it funny. So obviously her father found it very funny too. And that's one thing about being a medium. Sometimes I get all these specific things, and people are like, I don't know. And it isn't until like after the session, they're like, oh my God, you know? So, all right. Just shopping cards for Rashida. There. And hello to the Serious Joy family too. Those who are coming from Serious Joy. Jesus. I just had half of my deck fall on the floor. Do I pull for that? Or do I not? All right. Rashida, I feel like this is a kind of continuation too. A little bit. Ace of Wands is my creative card, okay? This is all about creativity. This is all about being in control of creative ideas and giving birth to creative ideas. And, you know, and that's what the card means. But with you do have a lot of, I would say, creative juices flowing. We said this before, and I remember this. And what they're saying is that you have so many options in your deck, in your wheelhouse, that, again, this is a repetitive message, Rashida. You got to do something about it. And I can't make up the cards coming through with the same message. The problem is, I love that this came out too. You're so hungry. You're so hungry to do something that you're not actually taking action, right? And so you got to take action. Let that hunger just push you to do something, and just find any expression. Get with it. I heard YouTube channel. Are you doing YouTube channel or something like that too? I heard YouTube channel. I don't remember if you said you're doing that or not. Someone said, and the YouTube channel, I heard. So if it is getting on the YouTube channel, or it is, you know, doing something with video as well, and starting that, you know, I always see visual arts and needing to do that too. And, you know, with canvassing and all that stuff, which I know you will eventually get to and do. But they're saying, don't let the hunger stop you from taking action. Oh, sorry, let me take this off the screen. Don't let the hunger stop you from taking action. Just start something. And they keep saying, do the video. Do the video, they're saying. Just do it, do it, do it. You do have a lot of good ideas, they're saying. It doesn't mean that you have to abandon them if you pick one. It means that at some point you'll find a way to encompass all of them. Okay? Right now, in order for that to happen, you got to start with the bits and pieces. Everything feels fragmented with your ideas, and that's okay, because they should be fragmented. But it's up to us to pick up those pieces and try to find a way to streamline them. And they keep showing, again, a lot of times with the visual art aspect as an expression, as a way to connect with people, and the video. Maybe you should start doing artwork on video. Maybe you should show people how you draw something or paint something. I don't know. And show the process of such. Or maybe take requests, or people want you to paint something, you do it live. Think outside the box of how you can connect these two things as you're inspiring. You know? I've created 3 videos in one sitting after work one day. Oh, well, that's good. Are you connecting art with it too? They just showed me they showed me an idea though of like maybe you actually painting live or doing something with visual art, something live or something. I don't know. I don't know what aspect you can do that live. and doing a video somehow. Just an idea they're throwing at you. But don't let all the ideas that you have stop you from doing something just because there's so many ideas. Say, okay, well, this one seems more, resonates with me more. This one feels like a pull here. So start here. At some point, like I said, all these ideas are going to streamline, okay? And the hunger alone will push you at some point to take action. You know? It's audiovisual shit. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but hopefully it makes sense, what I'm saying. And it obviously it makes sense to you, but I don't know. That's how they're piecing it together for me. So, and also the action card being pulled means that you also are taking action, so that's good. So it's also confirmation as well. And extremes, I don't know why that card, I don't usually pull this card a lot, but with the extremes, you know, I think that maybe think about the extremes, Rashida. Maybe think about extremes. Maybe think about how you can, you know, take certain circumstances and more contrast of things. They keep pushing you with visual art. Just saying. They keep pushing the visual art aspect. So what if you actually did affirmation videos, as you're saying, you said affirmation audios along with videos. What if you did affirmation audios while you're painting something or drawing something? Just think about that. They're trying to inspire you. They're trying to push you. And they're trying to get you to connect the dots on things. Okay? But you're going in the right direction. I want to say that. You're going in the right direction with it. Okay? Okay. Got elevate. Part of me, as I do have to pick up these cards. I'll just fall on the floor. Un momento. Oh yeah, it could just be one, and it had to be all the way in front of my desk here. More falling, and I'm gonna assume this is for elevate, as I think it is. Okay. All right, that's for elevate. All right, shuffling cards. I want more prediction-based stuff here. I like emotional skip, but sometimes I just want to be a reader. Sometimes I just want to predict things and just, but okay. Wow. Wow. This is confirmation. Another emotional read. I said I want predictive and specific, and they will give me another emotional. That's all right. That's what you need. We'll do it. I'll show you the cards because you paid for card pro. We'll do that. But this Two of Pentacles is all about balance. But for me, it's not so much about balance as it is two options. I think that you saying I can go this direction, I go this direction, and they're saying that you've made up your decision because what's intuitive for you. The High Priestess is all about psychic abilities, intuitive abilities, as well as abilities to do more, like energy work too. So that's what that's representing. And they're saying that you know now the space you're going into, and stop being competitive about it. Right? I think part is like, well, there's so much competition. There's competition in everything that you do. There's competition. Everything's saturated. But everybody has an audience, right? We all can find our own audience. So don't worry about competition. There's space for everybody in this world. Okay? Someone can get a reading from me and then also get a reading from Christopher and get two different perspectives on the same thing, right? So there's space for everybody. It's interesting. This card came out for you too. And this card has been lingering. It's from my other deck and it's been lingering and it's came out for you too. So there is change, and you're going to make the right decision in a holistic space, changing from out of the non-holistic space. So you're going to be doing that. Just get out of the way with the competitive aspects. Just do it. Just get in the mindset of doing that. See, look, this is like the fourth reading where it's all about telling you to do it, to do it, to do it. You know it, you got it, you have this. So this is another aspect of this. And they're saying you're just afraid to because you're still looking about like, I don't know what to do. And they're saying, no, but it's the Spirit is pushing you. You have support on this, Elevate. You do. And I think that, you know, you're still in a phasing period of getting out of that. It's okay, but you can do this. I don't know what else to say other than do it. Okay? And I hate that because it's like, it's so simple, but you just got to hear it. And I think a lot of times what people need the most, and I used to kind of shy away from that. Sometimes people just need some motivation or cheerleader. And a lot of times people just need that, you know, hey, I'm proud of you. And that was for many years. I wasn't doing that because I need to be the reader and specific, try to give them all that stuff when all they wanted to hear is, you're doing good. All they wanted to hear was, hey, you know what, you got this. All they wanted to hear is, do it, go for it, go for it, go for it. A lot of you, a lot of these questions here that came about, that manifested, is very parallel to each other in a sense of, do it, keep doing it, go for it, do it. You're right, you're in the right position, you made the right decision, do it. And so you need a cheerleader, you guys, a lot of you guys. And that's what their Spirit is cheering you on here. I'm cheering you on here because clearly this change is necessary. You know to be working in the mystical, the spiritual spaces, because with the High Priestess card, you have those abilities to do so. And for me, obviously, it's with energy work. And you've made the decision. But what's holding you back is saying, oh, there's so much competition. And no, there's competition with everything. Do it. Don't let competition stop you and keep you like, oh, what? You know what I mean? When you're doing something that's more vibrant and more of a match to your soul and your soul expression, things happen magically. You know, Spirit helps to render things in our reality that's, we're like, how did this come from? Where did this opportunity come from? Where did this contact come from? How did this happen? That's because you followed the purpose and you're in alignment to your soul purpose in a sense of it's evolving naturally the way it needs to. Okay? Christina! What's up? Hello. So, Elevate, it's time. You got this, and you're going to be supported in it. This is a soul purpose for you to make this change, and Spirit has your back, and you'll get the context that you need to occur, to happen, for it to happen, and for it to unfold with work. They keep wanting to go there, you know, with a lot of you guys, and the repetition, that's okay, but, you know, sometimes you just need the cheerleading aspect of things. And I'm starting to realize sometimes I just need to do that. And Spirit says, you got to reassure them, or you have to push them and say, go, go, go. And so I'm allowing Spirit to be that simple and emotional at this stage too, for those who need it. Because I also have to, you know, a lot of people have to understand there's so many people out there that don't have support. And I talked to a lot of people who spent Thanksgiving alone, and I told all those people, you're not alone being alone. And so even those who don't have support, you know, there's a lot of other people that don't have support either. And some of you just need that validation, that cheerleading support. And when I do it, it comes from my heart. When I do it, it comes from Spirit. I don't blow smoke up people's assholes. It's not my thing. It's not truthful. I'm very sincere. And whenever Spirit is showing something and it's in a mission for spiritual growth and development, I'm passionate about that. And so it all comes from love for me too. So it's coming from a very genuine place, and a place that I trust Spirit that's not misleading me or you. Okay? What? If there were a girl, Scott, that would be just a girl Scott. A girl version of Scotty Boy. Next is Marissa Petru. Hold on a second. What's the question? Hold on a second. I'm not clicking the right thing. Memento. Awesome. Well, that's a loaded question. What is my destined career, life purpose, money earning potential? Thank you. That's a very loaded question. Let me see in a format like this. It's very I mean, I feel like you're just looking for validation, not the actual answer. Let me see. Yeah, you know, this might be something additional. And again, this is for Marissa Petru. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it correctly. They're showing me there needs to be some sort of writing elements coming into your space. If not, already, but will. And they're showing you writing something significant. So it could be even a fictional, non-fictional. But I think if this has not been a calling it, it will be. They're saying something about being an author or authorship. And for some reason, it goes into kind of a spiritual direction a little bit. Like I'm on the table, I'm going like this. Somehow, like you might start with a non-fictional fiction in a sense, which kind of like, again, it's like it's something that's truthful, but you've turned to fiction, but it starts detouring into a spiritual esque type of approach. This might be unbeknownst to you, but I feel like that's what they're showing me, and they said something about legalities too. I don't know if you thought about working in law or something like this, or there's some sort of law background, or there's law influences around you that might help with that. But I see you actually getting into writing and maybe even publishing a book or so. And it could be left field for you, but that's very clear to me. I don't like this life purpose thing question when it relates to career. I don't like those questions. What's my purpose and career-wise? It's like your purpose is to grow as a person. A career is a choice of expression. So we can choose different expressions, and we can choose different things we can, dive our noses into. So the two is not the same. It's like a result. So I don't want you to think of the same thing. Your purpose destiny is to grow, and your expression to me is to convey your point of view. That's the theme. You have to convey your point of view and keep refining your point of view to inspire other people. That's what your purpose is, right? Generally speaking, how you choose to express that is the creative process, not the same thing. But the theme is expressing your point of view and helping others through your point of view and perspective. And that is going to manifest through writing somehow. So a lot of times the future to a lot of people is like, what? I never thought about that, right? And then it happens, and they do. That's why many people question the future, because they don't understand it. They don't know it, because we change and we grow. But I do feel like too, the first thing that popped up was real estate. So I feel like that might be another aspect. I get that a lot. For some reason, I get a lot of entrepreneurs. And I feel repetitive with this, but I get a lot of similar types of people. But I do feel like there'll be a connection with real estate as well. If not already, but that's what I'm seeing future. Where you have that as kind of income making. When I see real estate, it's more like investment property, not so much a real estate agent. But that could change too. All right. So what I'm sensing is a lot of realization. Okay. What I'm sensing is a lot of changes, a lot of redirection, a lot of realization, finding passion. But this writing authorship thing seems, they're saying to me that it should have been already, or why hasn't it been? Or, have you pushed this aside? Like, what the hell? So, that's kind of the energy I'm getting about that, but somehow the realization will come to you. More so next year, but a lot of change, which is great. I mean, I think it's wonderful. I like it. It's almost like being a doctor in a different way, right? Being like almost like being a doctor. I don't know if they're saying being a doctor in a different way. I just heard that. It's being a doctor in a different way. So there might be some significance of that phrase for some reason, which will make sense. So pay attention to that. And a lot of these things, if it's unbeknownst to you, you'll start seeing that, or you'll start feeling pulls in that direction. So it's a great change. And look, not everybody has things in their future too. There's people who don't have anything in their future. I have to guide them and say, look, there's not anything rendering right now in the future. It's kind of random. We got to do this. But so if I'm seeing something, it's there. Okay, Allison Fitzwilliam. What time is it? Okay, let's close these down here because I'm gonna get behind. This is for Allison Fitzwilliam. My job has been through a lot of management changes. It's been interesting. What do you see as my role there? Thanks, Scott, for showing up. Oh, you're so sweet, Allison. Your role there. I don't know if I can articulate it, or if it will match. Let me see. Eventually, they're showing me like you'll be offered something and then it'll be turned down or something of this nature. So they might say they'll put you in a direction for something, but then redirect you. I heard like team management or team supervisory, which could mean that they might even push you into a training to get you to learn about team management or team building or something of that nature. Okay, so now Nita says it's frozen. Let's wait. Just waiting for the freezing. Okay, better now. I have the setting, guys, on like this little lag. So what happens is sometimes with YouTube, it will like, whatever the traffic is, they put that, it just would cause that. But if I put it on like better quality, the lag would be more of a delay, more of a latency. And so it'd be hard to interact with you. But when I have it on less latency, that happens. So, okay, so back to what I was saying with Allison. I heard team supervisories, team management, something of that nature. I feel like they might push you into training to do something of that nature. Okay, I feel like they might offer a position, but then they redirect and they say, well, let's put you in this team building, team management course. We can learn how to be like team supervisory in that regard. That's what I'm feeling. You know, will take place on this. So, I feel like everyone's like chicken with their heads cut off at that place where you're at, your place of employment. I was like, I think we'll do this, but we'll do this, and they're changing, and we'll do this, and we're gonna do this, and I just feel like there's so much of going on there. But I think that they're gonna find a way, and they might even be like get other groups of people to go into this team building, team management course for supervisory things. They might invest in something of that nature, which would be interesting to see. Or you join something, or you know they recommend you do so, and you do to get a supervisory type of thing. That's what I'm sensing. Hope this all makes sense to you guys, because sometimes I don't know what the hell I'm saying. And I've been doing this professionally for 12 years and been in meeting my whole life. And I still to this day, when I do readings, I'm like, I just feel crazy. I feel crazy. Am I crazy? That's how you know it's not coming from my brain. Daryl Blankenship, a card pull. He's back. Daryl's back. What's going on in there? Oh, Carly, I already did Carly. Carly, I already answered your question. Were you not here? Do I need to do it again? Nina, let Carly know. Yes, Carly, I answered your question. I mean, I can do it again. Before I get into Daryl again, Carly, what I said in the read, you just not watching, I don't know, but I said that I saw 3 siblings. I saw 2 and a 1, okay? And then I saw that the one being a sister, and that one sister energy would be the one that would connect with you next year, or sometime next year, to somewhat make amends. But I don't see the 2 brothers connecting, is what I was saying. And I didn't see not that they wouldn't want to make amends, just like, I don't care, whatever. They wouldn't be so engaged. And I feel like there would be a development with the sister energy. That's what I said. But I think you also confirmed that and said, yes, you had 2 brothers and 1 sister, that you validated that I was correct on that. So I thought you heard it. Okay? Whoever that Carly was. So there's 2 Carlys in here. Carly Bell, what is yours then? So that was a different Carly. So which Carly, where's yours, sweetie? Okay, so that was that Carly. This is this Carly. Okay. Okay, so yours just came in after that. Okay, so I'm going in order. Yeah. Okay, so yours is... What's your question, Carly? Carly Bell, what's your question? Carla. Okay, yeah. So Carla, the two brother one sis thing is you, Carla. Okay, that was for Carla. Sorry, because you both, Carla and Carly, were talking at the same time, and I'm trying to go fast, and you're both back to back here. Let me just show you, because I'm trying to do the best that I can with everything at once here. As you can see, there's Carla and Carly that are back to back here. So my apologies, but the sibling was for Carla. That was Carla's read, and now Carly Bell. I don't have your question here, but put the question in the chat if you can to clarify. I have chats, I have blogs here, so yes, it's sometimes things happen. I'm human. I'm a human being. But Carla, please enter for Carly. Please enter your question in the chat because it's not in the PayPal. So what is the question, my love? Okay, here we go. I have two. Okay, I have 2 lumps in my breast. My doctor says my cells are good, but I have mammogram. Are they cysts? Is it on the side, Carly? Like on the side area? It feels here for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, they feel like a cyst to me. I heard infection. Yeah, they don't seem cancerous to me. I think they're gonna still want them removed though. I think they're still gonna want it removed. Yeah, it doesn't seem cancer to me, but they're gonna. Here's what's gonna happen. Okay, let's just this is my read. I feel like they are cysts, and I feel like they're not cancerous, but they're going to want to suggest removing it too, because it might be an infection or something of that nature. So say, well, we should probably remove them because, to prevent an infection. So I feel like it's going to be that way. It feels like it's on the side for me here, like right on the kind of a side, and they feel like it's like, boom, boom. They're kind of like this. They actually look like they're kind of close to each other in a sense. That's how it's showing to me. I don't know if that's a symbolic, that's coming, but it seems like that boom boom. And so there are cysts, but it feels like an infection though. That's why they're there. So I'm like, okay, well, why is it there? I always want to ask the question, like, because I think there's an infection, and they said we should probably remove them or get rid of them just in case. They're going to suggest that, but they don't seem like cancer to me, but feel like an infection. And they'll suggest, well, we should probably remove it just to be safe. They always say that, just to be safe, we should. So that's how it reads to me. Yeah, I'll pull a card in it too, just to kind of see. Yeah, no, your numbers are good. No, everything's fine. There's really no inflammation, Carly. There's no inflammation at all. I would hate to call them lumps. They're bumps to me, right? I know it's a fine line. Like you could say, oh, there's a lump. It's actually a bump. It's like a bump to me. I see it differently because it feels more cysts related and an infection related. And I'm just gonna pull a card. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just. I think this is for this is like a it's supposed to be an alert for you. They're saying the message behind this is you're going too fast. Slow down. I always use the breast as an analogy that you're not if there's some sort of issue with the breast, that you're not nurturing yourself, because the breasts are the nurturing organ of the body, of the female body. It's a nurturing organ. So if there's any issues or resistance in the nurturing of self, then you're going to have some sort of issue in the nurturing organ. So what they're saying to me is that you're just going too fast on things. You're not pondering enough, right? You're not taking the time enough to nurture the circumstances, situations. And I think this is kind of a reflection of that you're in that vicinity. I'm not one to blame everybody that even, again, and let me talk about this to those who are watching too. we create everything in our lives. It's like, well, we render things in our lives. Isn't it great to understand we have that power to, to also get out of circumstance? A lot of people say it's victim blaming. I'm not one of those people, but we do have consequences to things that we do, and we live in a cause and effect reality, and that goes on an energetic sphere as well. And so, and this is for the general, Carly, just inspired an idea that I think certain people watching are thinking. So just as if I decide to jump off a cliff and die, people say, oh, he's stupid. He did it to himself. Why is that okay? If someone jumps off a cliff and they die, oh, he's stupid. He jumped off a cliff. He, serves him right. It's like, well, there's a cause and effect, right? Well, the same thing is a cause and effect to energetic things that we do in our lives. If we hold so much resistance and we over encumbered with negative, stressful energy, that will render a manifestation of something. No different than a physical, manifestation if you jump off a cliff or take a hammer and hit yourself with a hammer. I mean, there's always a cause and effect to this reality on both the physical levels, the subconscious levels, and the non-physical levels. That's life. That's reality. So is it good to know that we have control over that? Even if something manifests that is unbeknownst to us based on an energy that we have, that we can still resurrect the situation and heal from the situation. Yes, it's a wonderful thing. We have that control both to create it and to get rid of it and to heal it. So things don't just happen just because. Things don't just happen randomly. Because then that's just saying we're just a victim to reality and, oh, that's just, life sucks. There's no reason for anything. Things just happen. I'm the unlucky one. False. That is disempowering. It's not very bright or intellectual, nor is it true. People either want to be empowered or be a victim. It's like, why is it so black and white? So this wasn't for you, Carly. It just inspired a conversation of people I feel like that are watching, saying that, oh, he's one of those that thinks that, we create everything. No, we do. There's a cause-effect reality. That's the reality we live in. If you don't like it, then I don't know. Then you're not going to take control of your circumstances. If you accept it for what it is, you'll take control of your circumstances, and you will allow yourself to be in circumstances that will help to evolve your soul, and you'll be in complete control of them. I don't understand that sometimes there's some people that the complacency, and I'm complacent and empowered at the same time. It's like there was someone in the room that needed to hear that for some reason. Okay, back to Daryl's card pull. It's been a long time. Those of you who've been watching me for a while, I haven't ranted in a while. Yes, and guys, and and I love that those in the room and anyone who's dealing with any health issues, send them healing energy. And there's power in all of us that we can actually send energy and send a lot of healing energy. And so and it's wonderful that we can all do that, because we can all alter and psychically attune to each other to help to inspire in positive ways. But yeah, when was the last time I did a rant? It's been a while since I've done a rant. Who misses my rants? Remember those? I'd be very heated and going off on the topic. You get a rant, and you get a rant, and you get a rant, and you get a rant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Daryl. I think there's going to be a love interest coming up shortly. Say uh-oh because uh-oh. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Yeah, I think you're going to connect with another love interest. I'm trying to feel this out. Give me a moment here. Yeah, there's going to be a love interest coming in. I think, again, it's going to require a lot of patience, though. And it's going to make you feel out of control. But I don't think this feeling out of control is a bad thing. I think it's going to be very self-revealing. It's going to be very revealing to you about what you've been doing wrong in your past relationships. And this relationship, this I don't want to call this a relationship. I feel like this is a situation or a person that comes in that's going to help you to understand that you're not in control all the times. And that's a positive thing, to let somebody else kind of drive the show, and that, you know, your overly nurturing energy is not going to pacify this person. Just your interaction alone is what's going to pacify the person. So I think this situation is going to come in, and I don't know if it's going to be a relationship, but it will be an interaction that's going to come in to let you know that you have to be allowing of others to be nurturing, and that you doing for them is not going to make a difference. You trying to do or, you know, shower them, they're not going to be interested in that. And that's going to teach you something. That you got to be patient with the development of between a personality with somebody, and understand what it's like for somebody to just want you to be there to be engaged with, and not so much that you're nurturing them, you're taking care of things for them. None of that. They're like, no, I don't need you to do anything for me. Don't need you. So I think that's going to come into your experience soon. Probably in they're saying 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I don't think it'll be a relationship. It'll be an interaction, though. Maybe like a lover situation. You know what I mean? And you'll need for you to take its time. Take your time on it. And you'll feel that too. You're like, this is taking its time. Like, it's not like this person isn't, needing me. And so that'd be a nice change for you. You hear that, Daryl? Okay, for Allie, it's not a trick. He's so stupid. Clean it up, Daryl. Clean it up. It's not a one-night stand. It feels like someone you interact with, like a lover, energy, but not so much a relationship. But not a one-night stand. No. How did this come up? This is like okay, random. All right, Alicia, I've tried natural. My dog having skin problems. I mean, it's not a question, but I'm reading it. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to tap into it. Well, that's what I said, Daryl. It's not a trick. It's an interacting like a lover energy. I don't know where this is coming from. To be honest with you, Ellie, with the skin problems. It's like I don't find a resolve, but I think it'll go away. Yeah, I feel like it'll go away. And it might just be like an allergy thing. Yeah, it just feels like an allergy thing. I feel like it will go away on its own. It's one of those things. Like, I can't pinpoint even a cause. It might even just be, it might be weird. It might be emotional for the dog because, you might be under stress. Like, your stress as the dog is reading that. So it's kind of like expressing this reaction. But I feel like it'll go away too. So I feel like it's one of those things, like the dog might be detoxing or purging something and it's like an emotional response, but I feel like it'll go away though. So, yeah, I think it's just one of those things. It doesn't seem terminal, but I just think it's one of those things where it will go away. And I think over time, and I feel like it is connecting with the stressful energy. So you might be going through some stress and the dog's picking up and it's just kind of expressing this, this issue. Because of the stress it's going through and purging. Yeah, because I'm trying to observe everything that the dog does. It's like when it lays on the carpet. Is it the carpet? No, it's not that. Is it a spray? No, it's not a spray. Is it food? No, it's not a food. It might be environmental. I think what's caused could be just environmental. So just be aware and keen about the outside environments and so forth, and what's environmental, and make sure it's not picking up from anything from another dog. But I think it'll go away. You know, just keep on doing the being consistent with the natural remedies, because it might just be more of a process than you think. You know, it just be more of a process than you think. Okay, but keep doing what you've been doing with the treatments. Okay, it's just gonna take some time, but it'll go away. It feels environmental too, and it feels so stress. All the above. Of course you know, because you're psychic too, right? What's that? What was this? Scott, can we meet you there first? We can come a few days later. Where is this? What are you talking about? We should go meet me where? All right, Kristen Walker. I have 2 more. Well, that's simple. Kristen Walter, will I get this job? I hate questions like this. I love you, but I hate questions like this. If it's not so black and white. To me, it's like, why does it matter right now? But why is the High Priestess card coming out? Just 2 decisions here. And a Death card. The reason why I hate questions like this, because not all the time are these things written in the stars. Little movements like this may not be written in the stars, especially if it hasn't been determined by the people who are hiring you. So I'm saying this generally people in the room. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, they made a decision, you got the job. Sometimes they don't have a decision yet, and so it's not renderable. And that's why these questions, I'm like, these questions are not that deep. But as it stands right now, I think there's a choice between 2 choices that they might have. Either you, another individual. And they're trying to decide for the 2. And they're going based off feeling. They're not going based off credentials. And they're looking at energy, actually, and what the energy of the 2 people represent and how it matches. Right now, as it stands, because it's not predictable per se, it's likely they go with the other person. Now, you can change this. How? If you tune in psychically, because you have abilities, and you allow yourself to feed them good energy, then they can actually you can take more of the reign energetically to where they would be influenced by you. Right now, I feel like there's this other opportunity or probability of a person or other interest I feel like is leaning more in their favor. But I would use your psychic abilities and your abilities to project energy to them about how great your energy is for this position if you truly want it and you want to change the direction of such. So this is kind of this is not a black and white answer, as not everything is black and white, and not especially with the case of this. So it's not likely right now because it appears the interest is swaying in the other individual's favor. But you can infiltrate your psychic abilities to infiltrate an energy to them that makes your energy be more realized by them. Okay? So there's some work to do to put shit in your favor. It would be easier for me to say yes or no. You know what I'm saying? It'd be so easier for me to say yes or no to you. You know, because it's like I say, yeah, sure, move on, right? But I can't do that. I can't blow smoke up people's assholes. But they're saying you have abilities. There you are, Kristen. You have abilities. Maybe send them some psychic gifts. Okay? But yeah, it's funny. They're not going off credentials. They're going based off a feeling. But here's the thing. Let me go a little deeper before I move on. Either way, you're going to have another opportunity come to you. Okay? Either way, you're going to have a second opportunity for you too. Even if you actually end up allowing yourself to manifest this job, another opportunity is going to be presented to you. Either way. So this is not the only option. Look at this. And look what look what's on my page. Two. I love when shit like that happens. You got I pulled the 2 of Wands too in the 2. So you'll have a second opportunity. Either way. When you get it, another opportunity is like, hey, we want you, Kristen. Or we have a good opportunity for you, Kristen. So either way, there's a second opportunity. Either way. So I like that. That excited me because I'm like, I saw these 2s everywhere all of a sudden. So that I like. All right, Chelsea, and then I have one more Chelsea, and then I have one more, and the final would be, I have to check my PayPal because there's someone in there. And then I have Rita. So Rita, you'll be the last, saving the best for last. All right. So, but right now we have one more from Chelsea. 1, what is my karmic lesson supposed to be? And 2, do you see me matching in radiology? The match is a system future physicians that go into graduation determine field of medicine that they would practice. Yes, I do see you matching with radiology, so I'll get that answered first. Yes, I do see you matching with this. Yeah. You'll change, Chelsea. You'll go that direction, go this direction, but I think your direction for the medicinal career is good. I think you're feeling that. I think you're going in the right direction with that. So yes, that's all in great energy. Continue with that and keep doing that. So that's all good. That path seems strong to me. It seems fully realized, and it feels like you're learning more about yourself on that regard, and you're pushing yourself forward. So absolutely with that. That's a yes. And I'm getting goosebumps too, which means I'm excited about it. It's also spirit kind of also celebrating with that too. It's like, yeah, go into radiology, get into that, you'll start maneuvering in different fields too in the future. Like, keep going with that. They love that. They're that's just the chills, man. They really want to push you with that. So keep doing it. Your karmic lesson. I heard beneath the surface. The karmic lesson is to. Did we say something? We said something about conditional relationship, yeah. But they're saying beneath the surface, it's really learning how to understand the importance of what. Actually, I'll just say it this way: understanding the importance of who you truly are, and understanding the importance of how you connect with things that resemble who you truly are. I don't think I think that the challenge you've had in this lifetime was you've been integrating with things that is kind of a dichotomy to who you truly are, and you haven't fully realized that. And the karmic lesson is, what is really important to you? What and you have these desires. What is really important to you? And I think if you look at your life experiences in this reality, you've had issues kind of really understanding the depths of what's really important for you. And what that really translates into is really kind of evolving from a very previous lifetime of mundane, the expected. I feel in a previous lifetime you were kind of forced into beliefs. You're told what you should do and not do, and so you had a life of a lot of dictatorship in your previous life experience. That in this lifetime you're trying to find your own way, and so a lot of that comes with the crutches of latching onto conditional things because it's what appears to be what's good. You haven't really fully understood what it's like to dive deep within to what's really truly important for you. That's a karmic lesson, and that's a continuation from a previous lifetime of you were, everything was dictated and laid out for you to follow. And you weren't really taught to really kind of go deeper in the previous lifetime. It was actually a short life too. It wasn't a very long that previous lifetime that we're talking about that connects with this lifetime in that chronological order in a sense. It wasn't a very long lifetime. You didn't live past 40 in that other lifetime. So in this lifetime, you have a lot to live. So you might feel in this lifetime like you're maybe learning things later in life. And that's okay because there's no age in the spiritual sense. But you're now getting that though. This is what's most important to me. This is what I really need. And security is one thing, but it's not giving me show me what's important to me. And so that's part of the karmic lesson. Yes, let me highlight my brother's. Chris and I were on the phone for like 2 hours before the live, just yapping about 2024, and yeah, there's a lot in store for you all. And my clients who book with me one-on-one get all the details of their 2024. On the lives here, I'm more specific in a one-on-one session because I have the time to be, and I'm one-on-one, face-to-face. But yeah, if you're curious to know about your 2024, book a personal session because I get into the depths of it for you for 2024. But it's very generalized here because of time and to accommodate everybody else. But yes, 2024, I said 2023 is going to be more movement because 2022 was stagnant. 2023 was movement, but it was like, stop, go, stop and go. But it was a lot of emotional movement too, and a lot of movement in change. 2024's movement is going to be expansion, right? And kind of a movement in a sense of things are actually taking form, right? Great stuff. And so, book a reading with me or even Christopher. Get your chart read if you want to know what's going on. But so Chelsea, yes, that's your karmic lesson. And yes, radiology is a match in that system. And I find you're going to maneuver around different ideas in that as well. All right, last but certainly not least, Rita. Okay, Rita Alexander. See, I get a lot of career questions. I'm planning to make a career change in the near future. What do you see with how soon it will occur? The steps I would take. I'm not getting the full question. I go to show story and it doesn't even show me the whole thing. It's so silly. Anyways, okay. When do you see how soon it will occur? Let me see. For Rita. Okay. Reader. What do I feel? What I'm seeing? What is it? Research and development. I haven't had that symbol come for me in a long time. They're saying you got to study something new. So within the career change that you're saying, I think you'll find your passion. You'll be passionate about it for sure. But you'll have to do some additional research on this. They're saying you got to learn marketing. You have to learn marketing or something of that nature. Or take information about marketing. You got to learn marketing. Yeah, that's what they're saying. You have to learn marketing, and it will happen. I feel like February, March of next year, you'll probably get the schooling that you need, or whatever education that you need for this change too, or whatever resources that you need will come about February, March to get that going for you. And I feel like by May, sometime around May, I think that's also when you might start really kind of getting into it. I feel like it's an independent structure, and they're saying something that getting into marketing or needing the marketing aspects with that as the additional. And so again, the steps you take is the additional knowledge that you need to take forth on this, and the marketing. Learning about kind of getting more familiar with the marketing aspects or connecting with that type of realm, or integrating with people who are proficient in that realm. Okay, that's what they're saying on that regard. So February, March, you'll have the idea of the knowledge that you need. February, March, and by May of next year, I think you'll start feeling like it's moving forward. You're kind of working with it. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movement on it for sure. It feels like a dichotomy for what you were doing, and it seems like more like you're independently structured with it. So that's good. I'm so tired of saying real estate, and real estate keeps coming up, but I wasn't really feeling that with you, but it's like I heard it, but I'm so sick of saying real estate all the time to people, because I get a lot of people who are getting to that space, but it came about for some reason, but not fully, so that's why I didn't mention that. But I was just giving you the information they wanted me to tell you, which is, getting that extra bit of schooling or learning about that, whatever additional information that you need, as well as connect with marketing or someone familiar with marketing or a marketing connection, which I feel like will happen. I feel like you'll be working with two other people, or two other people coming to assist. Two other resources, two other people. I don't know what that comes, but they're saying you'll have two other people that will help you on this shift. Okay. You're playing on functional medicine and consulting. Okay. do you ever think, are you going independent with this and private? Because I feel like you are going to need additional, like I said, information doing that, as well as some sort of marketing for that. They're showing me like independent. So I don't know if that makes sense, Rita. I'm just waiting for a response, and then I'll close down. I'm just waiting for Rita. Rita, do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever schooling or additional information you have to learn will take place February, March. And then connecting with a marketing aspect. Okay, Rita, on that. So, and it feels private. So maybe you take this privately or you take this independently and you understand, you gather people who are good at marketing to push it. Right? And okay, I'm just seeing you said consultant. So yeah, again, independent makes sense. If you're gonna be a consultant, you're doing it independently. So yeah. And you'll probably connect with people who understand marketing very well. Rita, I see you working side with 2 people to help you on this. Like I'm doing this. So, yeah, I heard real estate with you, but I don't know why. Maybe someone suggest that. Like I heard it. That's why I said, but I didn't connect it with you, but I heard it. I'm sick of saying it, by the way, but maybe at some point, in the future, maybe you will at some point, or maybe you thought about it. I don't know. I heard it, but I didn't connect it with you, but I don't know how that fits in either, but. Okay. Yeah. So again, like I said, you'll get whatever other additional knowledge that you need to move forward, you will get in February, March. And then by May, you'll be working with 2 people that will help you with the marketing aspects to make this a private practice. That's everything I got. So hopefully that makes sense. So it could be articulated differently because, how you're experiencing it, but, keep doing it. That's a general answer. Yes, go forward with it. Yes, it will work. Yes, there'll be people that's going to help you. Yes, it's going to be private. And yes, you're going to need marketing. And yes, people are going to help you with that. And yes, you'll be successful. And yes. Okay. All right. Wow. It was a long one. It's 7:57. I'm not going to even do a closing. I just feel like it's been long enough. Let's close this down here. I appreciate you all for coming. It's been interesting live. I'm here every Thursday, as you all know. Christopher with Techie will be tomorrow, so you can kind of bounce back and forth between he and I. So, I would say keep your nights open. Oh, you're inheriting property. There's the real estate I'm talking about. I knew I wasn't stupid. Okay, good. So there you go. That's why I'm like, I saw real estate, but I didn't connect it with you in that sense. So that's why it came up. So yeah, you're inheriting property. That would be another source of a project. Okay. Thank you for validating that for me, because I just thought I was being stupid and crazy. So good. Thank you for validating that, because sometimes like, why was I getting this? I'm tired of saying this, but clearly I must be doing some real estate soon because it's around me all the time. We'll see. Okay. All right, guys, it was a wonderful, wonderful live. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming. And if you want a personal reading with moi, again, they're more detailed, more specific. I have the time. I have 45 minutes to sit with you guys in an actual reading. We can lay the load down for 2024. And again, I offer life readings. And Kristen, thank you. Oh, no. Don't be apologized for the minimal question. I like to demonstrate. When I have my responses, I like to demonstrate. I hate these questions because why? Because they could be any direction, right? We want them simple, but and not so much for me, but for the person asking it. But I appreciate you, and I appreciate your openness and understanding of such. You're amazing. And I love the conclusion of that, Kristen, because they're saying either way that second opportunity comes in, in your life, they say pay attention to number 2. Things come in 2s for you. So either way, it's going to work out for you, whether it's that one situation or whether it's some other situation. You have that opportunity is going to unfold either way.